Postcolonial ecologies explore the intersections between postcolonial theory and environmental criticism. The essays focus on how histories of empire, colonization, and globalization have shaped ecological thought and environmental degradation. Environment is not an apolitical or purely natural category. It is a historical and cultural construct intimately tied to power, race, and resistance. The editors open the volume with the essay Toward an Aesthetics of the Earth, where they situate the project within a theoretical dialogue between anti colonial thinkers and environmental studies. Drawing on theorists like Fanon, Syed, Harris, and Glissant, they show how land becomes both the site of colonial violence and the locus of post colonial recovery. Fanon's belief that land is central to decolonization and Syed's idea of the geographical imagination together frame post-colonial literature as a means of reclaiming space and dignity. However, DeLoughrey and Handley emphasize that such reclamation is complicated by the ecological and historical scars of colonialism, deforestation, pollution, and displacement, which render the environment both witness and victim to empire. The introduction also revises the genealogy of eco criticism. It critiques the field's tendency to claim a primarily American lineage and to focus on wilderness and pastoral ideals detached from histories of exploitation. They remind readers that colonialism itself was a form of ecological violence, an offense against the earth. The scientific taxonomies and conservation movements of Europe were inseparable from imperialism, where botanical mapping, plantation economies, and resource extraction defined global hierarchies. Through this lens, post colonial ecologies are not belated responses to environmentalism, but parallel historically grounded discourses shaped by survival, sovereignty, and memory. The book is divided into four thematic parts: cultivating place, forest fictions, the lives of non human animals, and militarism. Each section illustrates the diversity of global writing that connects ecological crisis to colonial histories. Cultivating place examines how local environments become sites of resistance and identity formation. Jill Didou's essay on Kiran Desai's The Inheritance of Loss reads the Himalayan landscape as a contested space where colonial and global capitalist forces disrupt both ecology and community. Brenson's Hades' Elusive Paradise reconsiders the island's environment as a space of both devastation and renewal, showing how artistic representations respond to ecological loss. Savary's Toward a Caribbean Ecopoetics turns to Derek Walcott's imagery of plants and soil, arguing that his poetry reimagines the Caribbean landscape as an archive of historical trauma and regeneration. Part 2, Forest Fictions, turns to narratives of deforestation and survival. Paravasni Gerbert explores Caribbean literature's nostalgia for lost forests, connecting environmental depletion to the plantation system. Handley's essay on Carpenter's The Lost Steps develops the idea of the New World Baroque as a post colonial ecology where myth, music, and landscape create an alternative cosmology beyond European rationalism. Wenzel's discussion of Devi's Dowli reinterprets the forest as a political and ethical space, revealing how ecological destruction mirrors the social marginalization of women and subaltern communities. Part 3, The Lives of Non Human Animals, expands post colonial eco criticism to the realm of species ethics and interdependence. Nixon explores how environmental time and race intersect in the ecologies of looking, addressing how the slow violence of environmental degradation is often invisible. Steinwand's essay on whales in the works of Ihimera, Hogan, Nda, and Ghosh highlights the role of animal communication in postcolonial storytelling, suggesting that non human voices challenge anthropocentrism. Carruth analyzes Coetzee's The Lives of Animals to critique the commodification of compassion in a global capitalist world, while Mukherjee reads Indra Sinha's Animals People as a narrative of toxic postcoloniality, linking environmental catastrophe with neocolonial exploitation. Part 4, Militourism, a term coined by DeLoughrey, addresses the intersection of militarization, tourism, and environmental degradation in island ecologies. DeLoughrey's own essay, Heliotropes, Solar Ecologies, and Pacific Radiations, examines nuclear testing and solar imagery in Pacific writing, revealing how environmental contamination becomes entangled with cultural identity. Disuki explores indigenous Pacific resistance to military colonization, while Carrigan's essay on post tsunami Sri Lanka critiques the transformation of disaster zones into tourist economies. Caminero Santangelo closes the volume by analyzing IMDA's The Heart of Redness, where cosmopolitan bioregionalism offers an ethical model of coexistence between tradition and modernity.